What's up, guys? I hope everyone enjoyed the Manhunt tournament. Basically, after the series was done, we all agreed that we should have, or they should have agreed to a full walling series. And just for fun, we played a bonus game. And this is both of our teams. No gun allowed, no teleport allowed, no point starving. We're just playing wall to wall, and this game was really fun. And this is kind of the way that I wish every tournament would be, like with no point starving, just because I love to play this way more than I do point starve style. So you'll see me, I'm going to be using knives instead of gun. And I mean, the gun's really good in AC3, and it's really good especially against point starvers. And the main reason I was using the pistol was so that we could be prepared for anything, and if they did run or regroup, we could pick them off while they were running away. Most of the time I don't ever use the gun except for in those particular instances. So if I did use the gun in like when they weren't running away, it was probably to try to save a teammate, or because I didn't have any other abilities, or there's probably some reason for it. But basically I like knives a lot more. Knives are my ranged ability of choice, but I don't know, we just felt like it was better to take gun, especially against GRS and TR3. I think for the next tournament I'm definitely going to change up strategies a bit, and I'm going to use knives, especially on this level, just because it's such a small level and it's a lot harder to use gun, and it's a lot easier to use knives on this level. So I feel like this is definitely a knives level. And I feel like that's one of the mistakes my team made in the tournament, is we used gun, and we probably point starved. I mean, point starving is fine, but we probably should have went with different defensive abilities. And we should have tried more like a hit and run tactic instead of like teleport point starve tactic. So that was like one mistake I feel like my team made in game 2. I mean, not to say we played bad, we still played pretty good, but that was one thing we could have done better in game 2. Games 1 and 3 were, as you saw, very close games. And this bonus game, I'm not trying to spoil it, but this game is really good too. And it just shows that like Tier 3 is a very good balanced clan. Like they can play like any style, just like our clan basically. And I think we're better at walling. And I would say, I don't know, Tier 3 is pretty good at walling too. Like I don't know if they're better at walling or point starving, but this was a really close game and it was really fun. I think both clans had a lot of fun, and I wanted to upload this just to show you guys what it would be like if we were facing Tier 3 without point starving. So I hope you guys enjoy this video.
I think I might buy Borderlands 1 with that.
And as you can see, my team's talking about the fact that the second place actually gets a prize. First place was 4 Elgato game captures. Elgato actually sponsored this tournament, which was really cool of them, and props to Elgato, and thank you for helping us have good prizes for this first Manhunt tournament. Pretty awesome. That was a really bad offensive smoke. I thought the guy was in that middle, in that walking hidden group, and I didn't want to take a chance and, get stunned out of that group. So I dropped my smoke, and he wasn't even in the group at all. So that was pretty bad. So as you can see, they're trying not to run at all because we're doing wall v wall, like no point starving at all. So this is definitely a really respectful game. As you can see, they're up by about 3K right now with about a minute left on our offense, so they're doing pretty good on their defensive round right now. And that was a pretty big mistake by me. I didn't really need to be over aggressive right there. I should have just I don't know, been a lot more cautious and let my team pick up that kill instead of starting a chase and giving up a brutal escape right there.
Looks like they're going to brewery.
Okay, so we're playing about 5,000, a little bit over 5,000 right now. And as you can see, what they're doing right now is they're actually regrouping in this lower wall spot right here. And basically, good wall spots in Manhunt, you'll know them, but they'll be like really open like this. There's like no places to be aerialed from, and usually there's like a couple escape routes ideally. A couple escape routes and just like, you know, a good view of like all sides so that you can be prepared for whatever, you know, the offensive team is about to throw at you. And I think Brewery actually has at least 2 good wall spots, like 2 really like wall spots that I would say are really good. And then it has another one that's pretty decent too, which is actually right over here. I don't like this one as much though because you're prone to getting grab killed and there's too many hay bales. And hay bales in this game are, let's just say they're not nearly as cool as they were in the other games, and they really mess things up sometimes. Alright, so it's looking about the same. We're up by about 5,500-ish going into our defensive round. And my defensive set isn't ideal here. It's still kind of set up for point starve, but it'll do. I mean, it still has resilience. It still has 250. Actually, I think my set might be messed up. I might have 250 5 regular kill on right now,
we get 4 people, we get
which was definitely not what I intended to have on when I did this tournament.
I think I got somebody coming up the back stairs. Yep.
You see Nick spots that guy right there. I'm gonna pop my shield, throw my smoke, and get a stun here. As you can see, I blocked a knife throw right there, which was pretty cool. Wasted one of their throwing knives.
Oh, I got
You
killed
see
through my
Jester got a stun and a very nice thrown backup smoke by Talented Track there to ensure that we continue. Wow, that was really really laggy looking. Oh no, I do have the right set on. Okay, I do have Silent 3 streak. I don't know why I thought I had 5 normal streak for some reason.
Where you guys at the barn?
Okay, so that was a really good first exchange. We're still up by about 6k, so we actually made a couple hundred points there, and that was really good. We're actually going to one of the decent wall spots I was talking about, this area right here, and it's not ideal. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. You can generally see like all entrances. There's a couple windows, like there's a window over in that direction, there's a window actually behind me to the left that you can't see right now. But those windows are kind of tricky, and one of the really interesting things about attacking and defending from this place. There's a pretty nice disguise there. I probably shouldn't have went in and tried to stun him, since his kill animation was clearly, I think it was silent, so there was no way I was going to get that stun off right there. That was a really good exchange for them. They made up about 3,000 points on us in one exchange, so that's really what you want when you're doing an offensive exchange. And the fact that you can do such clean exchanges like that with the use of shield, smoke, and like other offensive abilities, and just the fact that offense is very good in this game is one of the reasons why a lot of teams choose to point starve. And by no means do you have to point starve at all. I mean, you can definitely do well walling. It's just a lot harder. Like it's very hard to wall against a good offensive team, and TR3 is a good offensive team. But I feel like my clan and my team especially are a really good walling team. So, I mean, despite them being a really good offensive team, we can hold our own in a wall. So as long as, you know, the other team is like guaranteed to wall, which they weren't in the tournament, which is pretty much the main reason, or one of the main reasons why we chose to point starve. The other reason was we saw them point starving in a video against TDS, and we heard from our other clan team that they were point starving, so we just wanted to make sure that we weren't giving them a game at the start, so we started off point starving right from the get-go, just so there would be like no chance that we would play a normal offensive round, play a normal walling defensive round and then have them point starve on theirs. That would be pretty much a guaranteed loss. I hope that helps you guys understand a little bit better about point starving versus walling, what it is and why and in what situations you would want to do it. Basically, if you have a really good offensive round, chances are you can wall and still, you know, have the win. But if you have an offensive round where you're only up by like maybe 4,000 or 5,000, sometimes it's better to go for a point starving strategy. But I mean, it all depends on the situation and how good your team is at walling, how good your team is at point starving and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, point starving back in the day was generally used to try to guarantee a win. I mean, a lot of times people would do it like last second. That smoke bomb.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
it would have been such a nice smoke bomb if it hit both of them. But yeah, back in the day, teams would use point starving to try to guarantee a win. Like, let's say there's like 3,000 points, and there's like 2 minutes left. It's like, all right, well, you know, maybe we should starve out this last couple minutes just to make sure, because if they get a couple clean exchanges,
let's go outside.
we could lose this game.
I only have knives.
And then, I mean, there's other teams that, you know, they were always all about like trying to be a good point starve team. And Citizen War, the person who actually set this tournament up, his old clan Synchronizing Asians was all about point starving, and he's a co-leader of TR3, and I think he helped them with their point starving strategies. So that's probably part of the reason why they're so good at it.
Oh,
Yeah, as you can see, this game was really, really close, and we actually lost the lead within the last like few seconds of the game. And you know, we could have ran away and ensured the victory there, but this was a respectful wall versus wall game, and there was no running. So hope you guys enjoyed that game. I didn't do too great in this match, but I still had fun, and my team did well, and both teams had fun. So that's what's important. And I hope more teams will consider playing a walling strategy in the future.